Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Nisi, aka the Ebony Traveler. Okay, so today is a story time day, okay? I haven't done a story time in a minute, and this one is Korea related. It's about the club scene in Seoul, where the best stories are made, apparently. But before we get into the story time, I have some announcements. I was racking my brain for a way to include my subscribers in my videos, and I came up with this. I am currently looking for people like you to send me your best piece and a love and a annyeong. Now, you don't have to end with annyeong. Anything you want, you can sing a song at the end, something cute, or deuces, or peace. Just record it, send it to my email, and you might be selected for the next video. I did announce this on my social media, so if you aren't following me, now would be the time to follow me at NisiB on Instagram and Snapchat, and at It's NisiB on Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because it's bomb diggity. So we will jump right into the story time now. This story time actually happened probably about a month ago. We will have, who's gonna be in this story? Vanessa, Kim. Let's do Vanessa and Kim, okay? Myself, Vanessa, and Kim had an event earlier in the night. The event ended and we were like, we still want to turn up, let's go out. So usually when I go to Seoul, I stay in Hongdae because Hongdae is really the party spot. Itaewon, yeah, it gets kind of dead after a while. So if you're into calmer scene, that's the spot for you. But for me, I like to turn up and whatever, so I go to Hongdae. So because the event we were attending was in Itaewon, we ended up going out there. So, you know, we set off to go find somewhere to turn up. So I was pretty exhausted and I actually dragged myself out of the bed to go out for this outing. It had to be about 2 a.m. when we set out. That's how partying is in Korea. We really couldn't find anywhere. We didn't know where to go. We didn't know where the hot spots were. So I was walking down the street. I'm not gonna say the name of the club because I heard defamation laws in Korea are pretty serious. But if you know Itaewon, you may know which club this is. So we were walking down the street and there's a club with like a big, I think it was like a lion on the front of it. I was like, oh, this seems kind of dope. Like it was a lion and it had Rastafarian colors. So I was like, oh, it might be lit in here. They might play some dance hall. They might play some soca. They might play some Afro beats. Let's go in there. That's where the first mistake was. See, I passed this club before, but because I'm not familiar with Itaewon, I didn't realize that this was the same club that I often have to like veer out of the way because men are just reaching for you. Like hands will just go out and you have to be like ducking and dodging and shit. Like, I didn't realize that was a club because the vultures weren't outside. So we go inside of this club, right? And it's just a sea of black men. For the sake of the story and just like painting a picture or whatever, I came to discover that a lot of these men were from the continent of Africa, and I can't tell you the individual countries because there were just so many men. Like there were no Caribbean men in there at all. Like I was completely misled by the picture outside. We walk through, you know, they're staring or whatever, right? And we get to the back of the dance floor. It's packed in there, mind you. There was like maybe 5 women in there. So we get to the back, they're playing some Afro beats. I'm about that life. So I was like, okay, I could stay here, I could chill, you know, whatever. We're standing up there. There are some ladies there, they were dancing. And then there was a guy with them. And for some very odd reason, he chose me. And he comes up to me, he's like, hi, where are you from? And I'm just like, Canada. Oh, okay, I've been to Canada. I don't care where you've been, sir. He's like, oh, I like your nose. I'm like, what? I like your straight nose. I was like, you literally walked up to me, asked me one question, and told me that you liked my nose. Sir, I need answers. I need answers. Je ne comprends pas. He got interrupted because as we were standing there, a Filipino lady, she walks up to us and she starts like shoving this menu in our face, like. And the number one thing I hate is when people want you to order something to stay in their establishment, which is rare but happens, and as opposed to approaching you like a person and saying, hey, we do have a 1 drink order minimum in order to stay in this club, she's shoving in our face, you have to order something. Okay, so first of all, that's not, you have no customer service skills. Like, why would we order anything? So we see her doing it and we ignore her because frankly, she was rude as shit. She was shoving menus at people. We looked down at her like, and then we moved on with our day. We're like, we're not doing that. Like, you're doing too much. Vanessa and I were standing up there and Kim had run off. I feel someone trying to pull on me. So I gave them a look like, don't touch me. And we moved because like people were trying to pull, right? So we find Kim and she's there talking to some guy. And you know, he's there being annoying. He was one of those flashy guys. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Out of all this, the guys that were in there, I think he may have been one of the most attractive because the rest of them just looked thirsty. Like they had been dehydrated for 40 days and 40 nights.
Thirsty nigga. Thank you, sir.
Kim's over there, she's talking to homeboy, and she's talking about, oh, he's inviting us to have hookah with him. Mind you, homeboy was sitting with two women. They did not look like they wanted us near them. Like they were just sitting down there like, and I'm just there like, why would I want to be here if he has these two dusty looking females trying to eye me? So I was already like, no thank you. And Vanessa was on board with me. I don't know, Kim's friendly, so she was like, oh, it's okay, da, da, da. And we're just kind of like, no, like we've been in here for a total of 7 minutes and we just don't want to be here anymore because the men here keep on touching us and like touching our shoulders and stuff to get our attention. You know, Kim was not budging and Vanessa and I were just like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna be here for a minute. I went to stand up in the general area so I could keep an eye on Kim because she was over there talking to homeboy. And in the meantime, this scraggly, raggedy Dave Chappelle in the crackhead skit ass negra comes up to me and he's like, hi. So I looked at him. He's like, my name's so-and-so. Like, okay, like, stop talking to me. And so he's still trying to talk to me. I was kind of stuck in the spot I was in. So I was like, and then he's like, oh, I'm new to Korea. I've only been here for like a week. Something along those lines, right? He's like, oh, how long have you been here? I've been here for 2 years, but only because of the place that I was standing, it was kind of hard to move. Plus, we were keeping an eye on Kim. So I was just like, I'm not good. This conversation's not going to go any further than right here. So it's fine. Oh, okay. I've been here for 10 years. But, sir. Skirt! Sir, literally less than a minute ago, you told me you've only been here for a week. So, have you been here for 10 years or have you been here for a week? I was like, okay. Then he's like, do you want to be friends? I make a good friend. I ran. I legitimately, at that point, I didn't care where I was standing. I didn't care who I was watching. I ran. I was like, oh, hell no. I pushed Vanessa and she and I dipped out of that general area and we moved to another area because I was like, I don't want this guy talking to me. I don't want to be your friend. Okay, so I ran away from dude, right? Because I'm just like, okay, you know what? I engaged in that conversation for entirely too long. Kim is like, hey guys, come and meet this guy. And I'm gonna disclose his name because I highly doubt he watches my videos, and even if he does, like, you're a pervert and you should know that. So she goes, come over here, meet him. So it was okay, and he's like, hi, my name is Dante. And I'm like, okay. And then Kim's like Dante's Inferno, and I'm like, and he's like, oh, what's your name? So I told him my name is Clarissa because I'm petty. And Vanessa made up a new name for herself as well because she was not here for it. And then he told us he was from somewhere, once again in the continent of Africa, could not remember the country. And so I was like, okay, we're standing up there. Dante's there going on, talking about, oh, do you guys want anything? I just want you guys to have a good time. Vanessa and I are like, we good. We don't need anything from you, Dante. And I was getting a really creepy vibe off of Dante. Like, he was talking to Kim, but he was like doing too much. So at this point, after me being harassed by Dave Chappelle's lookalike and Vanessa just looking like she would rather be anywhere but here, we pulled Kim to the side like, hey girl, like, can we go? Cause it's really annoying in here. And then she's kind of like, oh, well, you guys can go. I'm grown. You guys don't have to wait for me. It's okay. I'm grown. And I'm just like, okay, Kim, but we're not leaving you. So are you gonna leave anytime soon? But Vanessa just looked pissed, like she was ready to go. So I was just like, well, you know, maybe we could wrap this up soon. Well, I'm good, I'm grounded, so okay, fine, whatever. So we stayed because that's what friends do, right? In the time that we were staying, we were harassed multiple times. So there was a table sitting in the corner. And when I tell you guys, like, I'm giving you guys the detailed conversations that actually occurred, like the verbal harassment, but there was physical harassment as well. Like, there were men like pulling arms, like trying to stop us from walking in order to talk to us. In the span of like 5 minutes, we were harassed continuously. Next harassment came from dude at the table. Now, there were 2 or 3 guys at the table, and they were trying to say hi. I just looked at them. At this point, I'm not engaging in any more conversations. I'm not conversing with anyone else. Like, you guys are annoying. Vanessa was closest, so he's like, oh, what's wrong with your friend? My absolute favorite line that every black man wants to ask when you don't want to talk to them. So Dante butts in because no one was talking to Dante, but Dante feels like he wants to try and play matchmaker. Oh, these are my friends. They're just trying to help you have a good time. Be nice to them. Dante, shut up. So he's like, oh, this is blah, 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 and this is blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh my God. So where are you guys from? I'm like, we're from Canada. Vanessa said she was from where Vanessa was from, and that was that. So he comes and trying to talk to us, and Vanessa's just like, this is my girlfriend, we are lesbians. I was screaming because I'm just like, yes, Vanessa, come through, Vanessa. He's like, oh, I like lesbians. Who asked you? Why is it that every time you try and partner up with your friend and tell someone that you are a lesbian, a man's automatic response is, I like lesbians? Here's the thing about lesbians. They don't like you. So you can like lesbians with your little perverted smirk, but the point of being a lesbian is that you don't like the mans. You don't like the men's. Like, you just want to be at peace with your women's. So we're sitting down there, biggest eye roll of 2018. So she's like, okay. And then he's like, oh, it must be so hard for you guys to have a long distance relationship if she lives in Toronto and you live in insert city here. And she's like, we're good. And I'm like, yeah, we're good. He's like, okay. But like, he kept on trying to like prolong the conversation. So we got annoyed and we moved. Actually, no. Before we moved, while dude is talking to her and he's telling her how much he likes lesbians, on my right side, guess who pulls up skirt? Dave Chappelle Jr. pulls up talking about, hi. First of all, your breath is hot, so don't ever breathe on me like that again. I'm just like, yo, whose mans is this? When you asked if you could be friends with me, I ran. Mind you, I didn't even add this in. As we were running away, he pulls up behind Vanessa like a creep, whispering in her ear, talking about, you're the reason why she ran away. Like, ew! No, you're the reason why I ran away from you. Let's fast forward back to this moment where he's breathing in my ear with his hot ass breath. He's like, do you want a drink? With his ashy ass lips. I said no. Thank you. Really? Don't you want something to drink? Alcohol? Beer? No. Thank you, sir. Water? Water. The man said water. He was really trying to get me this drink and I just said no. Then he used to offer me his beer to get a sip. Where have your crusty ass lips been? My dude, no. So I'm at this point overwhelmed. I'm irritated. I'm ready to frigging go. Dude gets upset. Oh, I'm just trying to offer you a drink. And I said no 3 times. I tell Vanessa, let's go over to this next corner. I'm hoping that each corner that we go to will bring a more promising environment for us. Like, it'll be a more promising environment. We won't be hounded down like vagina is scarce in this country, and we'll be able to live our best friggin' lives. So we move over near the bar. Well, little did we know that the perverts was sitting by the bar too. So this guy was sitting down there, he was minding his own business, and I was looking at the menu to try and figure out what I wanted to order. Dude turns around maybe once or twice And then all of a sudden tries to touch Vanessa, but Vanessa's just like, nope, I'm not doing this. Vanessa kind of like, you know, made sure she wasn't within reach. Then he makes eye contact with me and points at Vanessa. Vanessa looked at him, said no, and we walked away, right? So we walk away now, and we're standing up. This place isn't large. There's literally 2 different places you can stand. Along the wall was lined with all these dudes, and they were just literally drooling. There were pools of drool on the floor, and I'm just like, I am in Uggs. So we move again. We're there. Guess who pulls up skirt? No, not Crusty Dave Chappelle Jr. I think he may have given up, but then again, I don't know. Dude who was over by the bar, he actually got up out of his seat and followed us to where we were standing to try and talk to Vanessa. Vanessa's like, no, thank you, no, leave me alone, no. And I think that might have been the last straw for us. In general, Vanessa and I were over it. We no longer want to be in that environment because just being hounded by men like that, it makes you feel uncomfortable. It's like they were literally dehydrated. We go up to Kim again and we're just like, Kim, can we please leave? And at this point, we ended up getting into an argument with Kim because Kim literally was like, I'm good here, I'm good, I'm not leaving. And she was just going off and just, oh, I'm grown. I love Kim to death, I swear. But when, you know, she gets a little intoxicated, you know, she likes to state that she's grown. And we know that. But as, you know, young women, we like to stick together. We don't want to leave anybody out in the streets. Nothing like that. You know what I mean? So, like, we argue with her for at least 2 minutes about leaving. Come on, let's just go. Come on, let's go, Kim. No, I'm grown. I'll stay here. You guys can go. I got tired. I was just like, okay, I'm exhausted. Vanessa is pissed because she just wants to go. Granted, we had every reason to be upset because these men would not stop harassing us. And this is my biggest regret. Please, this is a lesson. Remember, my story times have a lesson. I said to Kim, I'm like, okay, you know what we'll do? You stay here. Do not move. If you move, text me. We're going to go walk around and go see what other options we have in terms of clubs. So she said, okay, cool. I didn't like the feeling of leaving her. But like it was so uncomfortable to be in that environment, so we left and we went to we tried to get into one club in Itaewon and they literally looked at us in our face and said no foreigners. So I was like, oh, I don't know what the name of that club was, I can't remember, but I will never step foot near it again. And right next to it there was another club, and I think the cover was like 5,000 won or something, so nothing too steep, but it was packed. When I tell you guys, it was packed. You know in cartoons when there be so many people in one place that if one person moved this way, the whole entire house moved that way, and then this way? That's how the club was. Like if one person moved that way, the entire crowd moved that way. Move back, move that way, to the windows, to the walls, to the sweat drop down my. All you females crowd. Like literally it was moving like this. Or if you guys know the song Palance, it was like that. When you're in a crowd and Palance comes on and then you don't have any control over which direction you're going in, that's what the club was like. So we lasted all of maybe 10 minutes in there, and then I was like, honestly, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I just want to go back to our Airbnb and sleep. I want no parts of this night anymore. So I text Kim like, yo, vote for Zoe, Pretty much I text Kim like, yo girl, we're ready to go. Are you ready to go? What's up? So we go to Dairy Queen, where we saw a very funny sight of this man fighting his food. After Dairy Queen, we messaged her again, and I'm like, okay, we're heading back now. Do you want to come back with us? Because in all honesty, I wanted to go back and go get her, but I knew that would involve us going back into that same environment, being uncomfortable, all that jazz. She wasn't gonna leave until she was ready to leave. I'm just like, please message me, let me know what's going on. And then we went back to the Airbnb, but we stayed awake. I dozed off because I freaking always doze off, but Vanessa was able to stay awake. And then all of a sudden I hear someone putting the code into the door. So I'm like, okay, good, she's safe, she's back. But I also hear someone like arguing with someone outside the door, like, what are you doing? Go away. And I'm like, what are you doing? Go away? Who the is that? Everyone who's supposed to be in here is in here minus Kim. So I'm like, oh shit. I saw her, I peeped my head over and I was looking, and she was there fighting with the door to get this guy off the door. Like, I could not believe it. And then I felt even more guilty because I'm like, we should have stayed with her. She was fighting us off, but we should have stayed because like, look what happened now. Like, but she made it in safely, thankfully. But that's pretty much what happened. Like, Dante legitimately followed her, and like, he was saying shit to her like, oh, I just want to release myself. And he was pretty much begging her to have sex with him. And she wasn't here for it, because she's just like, I do not, and I never had intentions of having sex with you. So like, could you move? And that's kind of how it went. So thankfully she made it back inside okay. Dante was a piece of shit. Then Dante tried messaging her, but the way that the messenger that we use works, we use Kakao, is if the person doesn't add you to the friends list, like, your message will pop up, but it'll give the option to add or block. And he was legitimately harassing this girl, talking about, hey, what's up? Like, he didn't just freaking creepily follow her back to where she was staying and whatnot, and like suggest that they should have sexual intercourse. Like, he was really trying to play like he didn't know better. So that's pretty much what happened with the extremely creepy club night that we had. It was a shit show. Moral of the story is, on two sides of it, as I said, don't be the difficult friend who never wants to leave, but also don't be the friends who are like, okay, well, she'll be fine, and leave anyways, because at the end of the day, you guys should ride out for each other, you guys should watch out for each other. That is the first and the last time that has ever happened to me. I will make sure that even if the friend is being difficult, I'd rather stay with you until I'm falling asleep in the bar than leave you behind. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much that story for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment. Let me know what you would have done in this situation down below. Make sure you guys send me your pieces, your loves, and your question marks. Hit up my email. The email will be in the description box below. As always, it's a peace, and it's a love, and it's a annyeong.